Hi, I'm Shannon Campbell, Dean of the College of Fine and Applied Arts, and I'm here with our very first vlog episode. And we've selected a very special guest to start our series. I am here with one of our practitioners in residence out of the Sustainable Development Department, and this is Laura England. And we are going to get to know her a little bit better, not only some personal things, but also some professional items. We're going to learn about her passion and how she translates that passion to our students. So Laura, welcome to our first episode.
Thank you, Dean Campbell, for having me. It's an honor.
You bet. And congratulations on so many things that we're going to talk about in the vlog. But first, congratulations on being selected as our first guest.
Thank you.
And we selected Laura intentionally because Laura is a longtime thought and practice leader in climate literacy. And so that's really what I'd like to chat with you about today. Can you tell us about a conference that you recently went to? A little bit about what this conference was about, who joined you at the conference, and what some of the outcomes might be.
Thanks again for having me. And I had the honor this summer of attending a program held by the All We Can Save project called Climate Wayfinding. And Climate Wayfinding is a program they developed to help individuals around the country figure out how to apply your own motivations and skills and superpowers to being a part of the transformations that we need to make as a global society to achieve a resilient and just climate future. So the program was initially deployed with community leaders, and this summer they held their first higher education cohort. Wow. So I was very excited and applied back in the spring and was just thrilled to be asked to participate. We convened in a retreat center in upstate New York, and it included faculty who teach in the natural sciences, the social sciences, the arts. There was a dance professor, there was a creative writing professor. And we dove deep into questions about what are our deepest motivations for being involved in climate work? What are our skills and experiences and superpowers, as they call them? What are the contexts and communities in which we work where we might have the possibility to help create some of the change that's needed? So really diving deep to figure out our own piece of the puzzle of the broader climate work. And part of what really excited me about being a part of it was this program is intended to be grown in size so that it can be deployed with larger cohorts and really scaled up. And they're looking for faculty to bring the program to students on university campuses. So I'm excited about the prospect of taking the refined version of it and implementing it here at Appalachian with colleagues, faculty and staff, and with our students.
Oh, that's wonderful. I can see why you'd be a perfect fit for a conference like this. When I think about all of the disciplines that have come together around this issue, it not only reminds me of our college, but also that the work you have done on campus with the Climate Stories. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, the Climate Stories Collaborative is among the most rewarding work that I've gotten to do here at Appalachian. So I think it was 2017 that we founded this initiative with co-facilitators in the theater and dance department, the art department, and then sustainable development. And we sort of just put the word out to faculty who were interested in bringing climate learning into their classrooms, perhaps needed some support on what that could look like if their discipline wasn't obviously connected. And people came out of the woodwork from all over campus. And we worked with faculty to work with their classes to help students understand better ways to talk about climate change, to talk about it in ways that are more creative, to understand it more deeply and express it in ways that is accessible. I think we reached something like 5,000 students with the class visits, the guest speakers, the other kinds of programming that we did, and of course our showcase of student creative climate stories projects over the years, and hope to continue the Climate Stories Collaborative work moving forward with our quality enhancement plan that focuses on climate literacy.
It's so interesting. I think about the QEP, which you just referred to. And well, first I have to thank you for really embodying the way that our college does differently. I tell people all the time, our college is a place where oftentimes people have a hard time seeing the connections between the disciplines, but we don't inside of the college. We recognize we're makers, we're doers, we're dreamers. We have a deep and abiding passion for experiential learning, which I know is one of your passion points. But when you bring up this QEP, now this is another example of how the whole university will embrace this transdisciplinary approach to addressing an issue.
Right.
And in this case, the issue is going to be climate literacy. And what role will you be playing, or do you hope to play, with regard to that campus-wide initiative?
Well, I'm very excited to be supported in serving as the Associate Director of the Quality Enhancement Plan beginning this fall semester. And I'll be working with the Director, Shay Tuberty, to work with faculty and units all over campus. It's going to be a distributed effort. We really are going to need involvement from all the colleges, all the departments, various offices like the Office of Sustainability, the Division of Student Affairs, and more. There's so much work to be done to meet students' needs. And what really excites me is the focus is really oriented around our responses. What can we do? And this is the biggest question that members of the public and our students have when they become aware of the problems of climate change. They're wondering, like, what can I do? What is my piece of this puzzle? And so the curriculum that we'll be developing and the co-curricular activities, engagement, research opportunities really are going to focus on not just the problems, but how do we respond, and how do we respond well as individuals and in community. I think that's really what we need to meet the moment.
Yes.
And what we need to meet our students' needs, because so many of them express feeling some difficult emotions when they learn about climate change: distress, anger, fear, anxiety. And there have been global and national level surveys documenting the widespread climate anxiety among youth. And so we want students to graduate from App State with a sense of possibility, with agency, knowing that they can and will be a part of the transformations that are needed.
A part of the change and a part of the growth and development of our globe. I think that one of the things that you do well, and one of the things that our college does well, is we meld thought leadership and practice leadership. And we produce the very best students who are not taught what to think, but how to think, and then how to act and engage. And I'm so proud of the work that you do, because you are a leader in that practice leadership. You are not only producing people who can create knowledge around a topic or a subject, but how to actually make change in meaningful ways and in deep ways. And so we're all grateful for that.
Thank you.
There aren't many people who can literally say, I'm teaching people how to change the world. And there aren't many people who still feel like they can change the world. But you're one of those people, and you pass that on to our students. What's your secret sauce for doing that?
Oh gosh, there's a quote from a climate journalist that I love, and I won't get it quite right, but it's really creating a reciprocal feedback loop of hope. Students are reminding me of my possibility for helping to change the world, as I am reminding them on a daily basis. So I think it is a sort of co-formed secret sauce of, we're going to do this. We're going to do this together. We all have roles to play. My deepest motivations come from just a love of the world and all the people that make it up, and some very specific people, my own kids and their futures that I care about, and our students really motivate me on a daily basis to want to continue this work. And it's so rewarding, and I'm so grateful to have the support of the college and the university to do this kind of work.
Well, Professor England, we thank you. You've heard it here, folks. You know the secret sauce for change, for making the world a better place. We're so grateful to have faculty like Laura England, who are deeply dedicated to our students, who are part of a caring community, and who are here to underpin their success. So thank you for your time. Thank you for your efforts.
Thank you.
And we look forward to having another wonderful academic year with you. So thank you so much.